You gotta love this. Oh, I show up to work 40 minutes early, and there's never a freaking space up here in the front. Well, it's mainly overlapping shifts and things like that, but call me foolish, call me irresponsible, but I got a placard and I'm going to use it. Even if I have to go park over in the other lot, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing because I don't feel like circling here all day. But one time on my first new car, I had a Mazda 7 and I parked in a regular space because I didn't have a placard then, even though I was in tremendous pain from my ankles. And sorry, but I was just double checking the lane here. Well, what happened was I come out on that car. Somebody had put a crease right in the middle of the driver's side door. And it was deliberate, too. There was no way this crease this deep just happened to be that particular seam line where it can't be fixed. Somebody had opened their door into my car just to be a dick. Because it wasn't a Ford Pro imbecile, because at the time Mazda was in the Ford family of cars. Just like when they used to. Then again, I also worked at a plant, one time where the guy had his Mercury. I can't remember which one it was. It was a Mercury, right? And he was parked up in the Ford family area. Somebody threw a fit, tried to get his car towed, and I'm like, guys, well, it wasn't me exactly, but someone's like, guys, what? We used to make Mercuries. It was kind of like the mid-range between regular standard Ford and Lincoln. Okay, so Doctor Who is ruined again. It's ruined. It's unsavable. It's destroyed. That evil man who was supposed to ride in and dispose of all the things that were wrong, like the timeless children, and he was supposed to get rid of the timeless children and give us a nice straight white British male to be our doctor, and he didn't. We've been betrayed. And I'm sitting here thinking, they are openly attacking some of these channels, Russell T Davies. They're openly attacking him, and it's like, if it weren't for this guy, you wouldn't have a series to bitch about. Yet he is no longer worthy enough. I'm not kidding. It's like, who's going to be an acceptable writer for Doctor Who anymore? They expect some like Harvard English professor to drop everything, and he'll hire on a physics team, and then they have like Neil deGrasse Tyson dictating what's possible and what's not in every episode, and then it's just gotten silly. Like I said, I didn't like both the first episodes. Like I said, but they weren't horrifically terrible. And I said the same thing about the Whittaker era. They were, I couldn't believe the stuff they were saying about Chibnall and Jodie. Now they're spouting the exact same nonsense about Russell T Davies in the current era. And I kind of sort of predicted it. I could, it's like, if you guys think Chibnall and all that was too woke, just wait, sit back. Because here's a man who brought this whole thing back based off principles that are now considered to be woke and blah, 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 and diversity, equity, inclusion, all that nonsense. But apparently you're not allowed to hire anybody who's of another race or ethnicity, because then you're just feeding into the delusion of diversity and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and you'll notice that it's mainly white males doing this. One of my favorite ones is borrowing my old shtick, except he's hiding behind a CGI screen and a bunch of backgrounds. Oh, that's right, Dr. Disaster, or whatever the hell his name is. Yeah, good job stealing my shtick from, like, how many years this guy's coming up. It's like, I love how these people are like tailgating, like this is a highway and I can just get over in the other lane. I'm like, don't worry, dude, you can have that space. I don't want it because I'm doing one more loop, then I'm going to the other parking lot. Because this is effing silly. Hang on. Saw that guy doing that. I like that he's charging. You have to love people who charge the parking lot like they're charging in, they're a linebacker going up against an offensive line, or is it, or whatever. I haven't watched football in a decade, okay? It's gotten to be pointless. And that, like, yes, you're damn straight. I'm going to be very, very careful because I don't want to run anybody over while I'm out here, you jack off. Ugh. And what's nifty is they can't complain that I'm making this shit up anymore because that's it. I'm going to the other parking lot. This is silly. I'll just walk over here. So we're gonna cruise a total of not even a few feet over to the other lot because I'm tired of circling like a freaking buzzard. Okay, we're gonna wait right here. Yeah, so Doctor Who is ruined. It's over. It's been destroyed. Oh God, that evil gay man is doing gay stuff on our show. And I'm like, that gay man was doing gay stuff on your show back in 2005 to 2009. It's that dirty gay sex stuff. Hang on. I hate driving one-handed with a phone in the other hand because if I get busted, oh boy, that's a ticket. But I'm only going over here to the next lot, so I'm not going to go crazy over it. It's not like we're going on a long range, trip to Wally World. We'll throw on some Lindsey Buckingham and go nuts. I found out how I rule. I shouldn't have done that with that hand. Sorry. My hand is still kind of sore from Monday. No, it's not because I was doing that. Okay, let me set this down. See, look, we got better lighting and everything over here. Yeah, Monday is one of them days I wish I hadn't have called off because I went out to mow the lawn. Something got wound up in the thing for the blades, and my drive belt for my blade drive system popped off. Okay, strike one for that day, all right? So I figure I'll get caught up on the weed eating. So I go out there with the weed eater, I get started, and suddenly, something no bigger than my fist comes shooting out of the grass. Turns out it was a little baby bunny. And I'm looking at it like, holy crap, were you in that? Because I have this ridge going to the middle of the yard now, but that's a long story. And, okay, so I move further down, I start weed eating again. I give the little guy a space, they're scared shitless. And then another one comes running out. And at that point, I threw my weed eater on my shoulder and said, no, well, after the first one ran out, I forgot. I slipped and fell. And I did the one thing my self-defense instructor 30-something years ago told me not to do. Because if you feel like you're going into a fall, tuck your arms in, land on your side. Nope, stuck both my hands out because that was 30-something years ago, right? And sure enough, I bent back this hand. So it's been sore for the last couple days. It's getting better. And my right arm was sore all the way up and down from what I smacked into the gills, stuck it out. So I effed up my lawnmower, effed up my hand, and scared 2 bunny rabbits to death. Well, not quite to death, but they were really scared. but they're fine. Okay, let's get caught up. Um, I never watched Young Sheldon. I never watched Big Bang Theory because to me it was just another stereotypical "oh look at the nerd" show, and I couldn't get into it. Sorry, that's not how it was. That's not how it'll ever be. That's not how it works. I knew that within one episode and never watched it again. And I don't know why they made such a big deal out of this character. I'm not going to go into it because, like I said, I didn't watch it. Didn't give a damn. So, who cares? It's over. That show I wasn't really into. Um, now watch. Now that I'm over here, half those spaces are empty. No, no, of course they're not. But Carol Ann Ford has been saying that she'd like to come back as Susan now for decades. When Capaldi was there and she came in for a visit, he started going, we have to bring her back, we have to bring her back. Moffat said, okay, we'll bring her back, and then didn't. So now I got to wonder, what's the deal? What is the studio so damn scared of? That they don't want Susan to come back. And of course, they mention Susan from time to time. We've seen her photo, but of course, you have not seen her. Now they've done that. Well, I don't know where she is. And that might be alluding to the fact that in Big Finish, Susan chose, after all the nonsense went south on Earth, to go back and fight in the Time War. So, like I said, I'd love to see Carol Ann Ford back on the show, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen, to be honest with you. And of course, years later, when this all hits the fan, they'll throw down their heads in regret, and it's like, well, you should have done it when she was still alive. That way, you didn't have to deep fake this, do that, or whatever. Oh yeah, well, Louise Jameson has already been back in a way. She did one of the what was it? One of the Blu-ray things for the Doctor Who season releases. One of the little clips. So yeah, in a way, she has been back. Look it up. And yes, she was still as badass as ever. And they couldn't make up their mind what to do with Leela in the Big Finish stories. 1 second she's this, 1 second she's doing that. Now, of course, she was on Gallifrey for that series. But what happened to her, in Romana after the Time War? We don't know. Because in the Gallifrey series, Romana did eventually came back. She became president of the High Council. Well, the person I voted for to come back as a doctor is Raul Cooley. And if any of you have ever seen, and I'm probably butchering his name, Raul Cooley, and he was, or is it Kohuli? I don't know. He's been in a number of things, such as Midnight Mass, iZombie, and that's who I voted for and actually won when we did the Who Would You'd Like to Be the Next Doctor thing on Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. So that's who I'd like to see if you're going to go that route. Well, folks, it's about a minute or so. I should have been gone 4 minutes ago, so please take care of yourselves. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Keep a rational head. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Do not listen to a bunch of old honkies online or a bunch of kids who look like they're literally still wet behind the ears from the things in their mom's birth canal to tell you what you're going to watch and what you're not going to watch, especially online sites. Because it turns out Rotten Tomatoes wasn't the Nardi's best friend. And we'll go into that maybe more later. Take care, everyone. Enjoy It's Thursday already, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, I got a doctor's appointment today. Oh, well, tomorrow's Friday. So take care, everyone. All right, see if I can find the button.